I'm Debatable, and welcome back. Last episode we left off, we had just harvested our fields, and we had a little discussion regarding harvesters, naturally, because it was a very painful process to try and harvest with the harvesters that we have available. And I made it very clear that I'm not really looking to completely torture myself while trying to do this. I don't mind a little bit of difficulty naturally, but torture's a little much in my opinion. So we're gonna get Tractor Timmy, the AI boy, started on getting our fields plowed for us, and we gotta go hit up the store. It's time to go shopping. So today we're gonna need to be liming the fields. So before we worry about buying land, because I do want to buy another piece of land, but we're going to push that off until right before the cotton harvest again and try and buy one that's already planted. If we can do that, we can get away with not having to do prep on a whole nother field, which is my hopeful goal. And that would come in pretty clutch. The trick now, I think, is we need to go get ourselves what we need to throw down some limestone. And it might be worthwhile just picking up what we're going to need in terms of hard goods right now. If we can get our hard goods out of the way immediately, I think it'll save us a little bit of time later, naturally. You guys won't have to sit through and watch whenever I'm the one directly dealing with the field work. You just get to experience the purchasing, and I mean, if anything interesting happens while I'm trying to do it, then you'll be keen, and I'll let y'all know. But otherwise, it's pretty boring. But back to the harvesting. I've gone ahead and found a couple different things on the mod page. As you can see, none of them are cheap. So say this one. This will drastically increase our time, but we're spending almost a fat mill on it. And then we have a couple now that are like a normal combine where you have to go in and buy a header for it, which I think is a good mix somewhere on here. Unless I have to go separately download the header for it. We shouldn't be harvesting today, but oh, here they are. All right, we found them. And I mean, you can see they're pretty pricey. So it's not an instance where, I'm going to get just an easy life because of it. We still will have to put in a fair bit of effort. But to start with, I know for a fact that we're going to need the fertilizer spreaders. Luckily, our planter has the fertilizer on it, so we can do a liquid fertilizer through that. All we have to worry about is dropping down some lime on our fields. I'm not going to get anything but the spreading unit, because at the end of the day, we don't have to lime every single time, so it's not of the utmost importance. Granted, I guess it would make it on that big field and any bigger field we get in the future easier. But if we need more space inside of this to hold lime, we can go ahead and customize it a little further later on and give it a much higher capacity. But for right now, I think that's going to suit us well. With our harvesters, we don't have to make a decision right now. We're going to do a lease to own on it again. And this time, hopefully, it'll be one that's worth keeping. The only trick, I think, is at the end of the day, wrong one. None of them can I buy outright. So, I mean, there's that. And worst comes to worst, either way, we're going to be going a lot quicker. 19 miles an hour, so on and so forth. I mean, this would be pretty legit, but I think it's a little much for us at the moment. So, I mean, we'll probably end up with one of these and just get a header separately. And that should do us good. But right now, what we need to get is we need some pallets of some stuff. Large lime bin and large limestone bin. Yeah, that's what we're going to want. So we will go ahead and buy that. 4.5 tons. Jesus Christ. Okay. We'll get 2 of those just so we have them. I need seeds. We're going to need a bunch of seeds. We'll get, what, 4 or 5? Yeah, we'll get more than that. We'll get like 7. I think that's about 7. I was just kind of spamming it. We'll find out, though. But I have a feeling we're going to need quite a bit. And then we're going to need some liquid fertilizer. Luckily, since we're plowing our fields, I know we won't need the herbicide. That is the one benefit to that. And on a side note, this is one of the things I want to see them change in Farming Simulator 25. We have 2 different brands of liquid fertilizer, but they're both identically the same product. Nothing changes using one over the other. I want to see if they're going to have multiple brands. I either want to see a different price, a different effectiveness, or something. Because it makes no sense that, like, if it doesn't matter which one you get, why even have 2? Why not just have 1? I get it fulfills the whole competition look, but I mean, it's just kind of useless if you really get down to it. Now, this is the oddball one. I think we should see about getting something to deal with picking up bales and stuff. But I hate that price. I hate that price. Bale fork. The Hulk 300? No way, bro. That's sick. Okay. Well, I'm trying to think. It can... Okay, so it can pick up what? I don't know how much it can pick up is my concern. I don't want to get it if it's not going to be capable of picking up what I need it to. I mean, wide tires would increase the weight a little bit. 14 tons. I don't know if it'll be able to pick up what I need, though. Because, I mean, I know for a fact that in terms of the telehandlers, this guy will not. I doubt this guy could. I mean, do we think a telehandler could pick up those crates? I don't know. Do we buy it, try it, and sell it if it doesn't, and just call it a loss? I'm not entirely certain. This is a difficult choice. Because I like I said in the previous episode, I don't want to keep doing it where I'm picking things up. I want it to be ever so slightly more realistic. I didn't do any research. All right. Well, for now, we'll just, we'll continue acting like an absolute goon. At the end of the day, I'm the one playing. And I have to look up what it'd be. Just because these things are so heavy. I mean, 4.5 tons. Like, that's pretty wild if you really get down to it. And then, how do we want to put these on here? Either way, I mean, we're in for a rough one. This is going to be a sketchy drive back no matter how we place these on here, I think. Oh, no. That'll do. Okay, let's try and load up all of our seed and stuff like that. And this should be all the hard goods that we need. I did not check the sale tab, did I? I want to see if they have any tractors available, actually, now that I think about it, because it'll expedite our whole process here. I did check. It was just the header trailer. Wow, that's kind of crazy. I don't remember ever seeing the shop with only one thing in there. Granted, I suppose once you get your starting stuff, usually you don't go looking for too much more. At least I usually don't. I just suffer through having one tractor because I'm, a stingy bastard. Doesn't want to spend anything. But I'm trying to not do that with this series. I would like to just spend money semi-freely as I deem needed. But we'll see if that works out. On the bright side, at least we're going to have everything we need here to get going today. And I'm curious to see how many people lose their minds over me doing what I'm doing right now. Just picking things up and slamming it down. I'm sure there's plenty of people that are going to be like, dude, it's a game. To other people, but I get the dilemma. At the end of the day, Farming Simulator was kind of made with the whole idea of, simulation. So I have to imagine people feel like it just kind of is defeating the purpose if you're not, playing it like a simulation. And that stuff is tied down. Let's tie that down. And thank heaven above that we got the biggest motor available for this truck, because imagine anything else trying to pull this. It tops out at 158, and with the load we have on it, I don't think it's going to get there. We're going like normal speed. That's the one thing I usually don't mind getting something that's kind of game breaking, is just the truck. But to each their own. I'm sure some people even have a problem with that. Let's not flip. Let's be oh so gentle. And we're left with $536,000. Pretty good. Our AI, oh, look at that. He's gotten smarter. He moved over to the other field all on his own. Nice. Okay, sick. I mean, he didn't finish the other field, but it's a small area. As long as he does a majority of it, I'd say we're winning here. This is good. We're going places. I like it. Oh, that scared me a little bit. So I'm going to end up keeping this stuff now that I think about it. Oh, that could have been a problem. There we go. I'm going to end up keeping this stuff over here in the barn. So I'm going to unhitch this here. And that's kind of why I bought the barn, is for the dry goods storage and things like that. I'm aware that I didn't take the fertilizer out of my bed. I'm not too worried about that, but we got to go get our lime spreader. And then crash into a pole. My leg. I'm going to sue the pole. Anyways, so hopefully, if you're watching this, you hopefully watched the first one. It was a little longer than I intended, and I'm sure this one is gonna be a little longer. I have a feeling every time I hit record, it's gonna end up being longer than I intended. I've considered just playing and yapping the whole time, and then just cutting it up a lot further. But I worry that it'll be too much jumping around, especially if we're doing like plowing and things like that. So at the moment, we're gonna keep doing it how I did it in the first episode, where you got a little snippet of me doing the painful work, and then just jump cut to the end. Granted, harvest went horribly. That was just not a good time, and that it's just how the cookie crumbles. I think with one more field of cotton and just one better harvester, I think we'll have a pretty good go. And it should start ramping up more. Right now, I still feel like I'm really like in a box. with this 500K. Like, I need enough that I can buy a land and make sure I have money to lease and make payments. But I won't be able to get any land that's too crazy if I had to wager a guess. And like I said earlier, we're not going to land shop until it's planting season. In planting season, we will go ahead and see what's going on. He's actually doing a pretty good job of that, so I'm proud of him. Sometimes the AI lets me down, but so far, the AI has been doing pretty good. Let's go ahead and take all those off. And then we can unstrap that. And then let's break the immersion real quick. And this should, if I'm not mistaken, fill up the whole thing, I think. No? No? Wow, okay. I mean, don't get me wrong, this still is a lot better than transporting all those bags. Okay, so it's full now. Cool. Okay, so it takes like what? One and a fourth? And this stuff we will just leave on the trailer. It should be fine. There's no rain forecasted, so if we're going for the immersion, I think we'll be okay. But yeah, let's. How's our boy doing? He's putting in work. He's putting in work. I appreciate that about him. Anyways, so I guess what we'll do now is, since we have to take and wait around a bit, I'm going to cut things off here for now, and I am going to start helping the AI by following through with a roller, or just taking over and running a headland first, just so that all the area is kind of marked out, and it's just the inside that needs done. And once that's done, we'll jump back in, and we are going to go through the entire planting, and we'll start episode 3 off with harvesting. At least that's the current plan. So you'll probably have a little time lapse, and let's start working on these here fields. And with that, we have finally accomplished the impossible, and our fields are limed, plowed, and rolled. That also took quite a while. I've been playing now for about 2.5 hours. I'll probably give you a little bit of a clip here or there. But to be perfectly honest with you, it was pretty boring. I was bored. I was the one kind of watching and doing it, and it was bored. Or boring. But in other news, I ended up having to take the truck and go on a little side mission into town, and we had to end up getting a bunch more lime. I think I went through a total, just for this field, of those crates, I went through 9 or 10. I went through a lot of them. We're going to need to buy a bigger truck here pretty soon, I think. We might need a tractor trailer, because the amount of stuff we're going to start going through is going to keep going up. However, right now, obviously it is not planting season yet. But even still, we're going to run into town and actually take a look at what's on sale today, because I have not done so as of yet. I'm hoping for any kind of extra tractor or anything like that, because I would like to up our tractor number from 1 to 2, because it'll increase productivity, especially if we buy another piece of land. And we will be doing that in this episode as well. But first, let's go see what's on sale. If we can get another tractor, that would be pretty good. Although I'm not holding out hope. I have pretty crappy luck when it comes to the shop. What do we got? We do have trailers, but we don't really need those, do we? That's for compost and slurry. And this is for grains, but that's the thing. I don't foresee us really doing any grains, so I'm not overly in need of that. So yeah, we will go ahead and not bother. We'll leave our truck there for now. And let's progress forward a day. Right now, what are we on? We're still in harvest season. We might need to go a day or two forward. No, we're going to need to do a lot more than that because we want to hit planting season real quick. Because we're going to be ending this video off doing the planting. And then we're also going to shop for another piece of land, I believe. And we'll see what we can find. Hopefully, someone else in the neighborhood decides to plant cotton. And we can take advantage of that. But using our truck here, let's just keep checking in on this. We don't need that. We don't need that. We need anything other than trailers. Even a tractor. I will be more than happy with a tractor. I question if I'd even get the harvester if it's on sale. Maybe. I might just lease to own it. We need to make it to February before we can harvest. What do we got? We got just a normal truck. Normal truck, huh? Potato technology. Yeah, none of that is useful to me. Let's do this just because it'll expedite this process a little bit. And this kind of goes back to me saying I don't play this game like I'm role-playing, because I am teleporting around and abusing game systems that are in the game. So that's how the cookie crumbles. Let's see if we can get anything good, though. A tractor would be pretty legit, I'm not gonna lie. Ooh. That's a big boy. We might say yes to this. I'm not a big case guy, but what the hell? That's an interesting wheel. Not a big case guy, but I'm not opposed to picking up another one. Twin wheels. What does that make our weight? 15.3 tons? Does that actually do anything? I like... That's my thing. Unless you're trying to get around certain crops, I don't think it really matters. We'll probably do wheel weights. How much would it be to... Ooh, okay. To get 850, we don't really need that much. 435, 417, or 374. I think that'll work fine. We don't need a front weight. A back weight would work. But I guess we'll go ahead and get this, actually. That actually is a pretty legit purpose. Or purchase. I'm quite pleased with that one, actually. Again, I'm not big on case. There's a reason I have so much John Deere stuff, but if it's on sale and it can expedite how quickly we get things done, who am I to judge? We're getting close to February. That's a normal combine, if I'm not mistaken, yeah. What are you? Tandem. Oh, I think this is for the plows or something like that. I downloaded a mod for a couple interesting items, but I don't need that. Ooh, no, don't buy it. I don't need that. Oh, now we're talking. Hold up. I mean, we don't need that, but it's kind of cool. Another one, huh? Do we get a third tractor real quick? I don't think so. Although 56K is pretty good, but it's a pretty small tractor. I don't think we need to bother ourselves with that. So, to tell the truth, I think we'll call it good on sales with that. We'll still check just in case a cotton harvester comes up and we can lease to own it at a lower price. But we definitely probably shouldn't buy another tractor or anything like that. It'll be a little unnecessary. What do we got today? Still nothing. Very nice. Okay. So let's sleep one more time. And then we're in planting season. Going places, you know? Let's see what's on sale for planting season. Back once more. Ooh. None of it is useful. Oh, joy, oh joy. We have plenty more time. We will go get things going though. So let's go. We'll leave that tractor, our new tractor, there for one more minute. Let's go get our trailer, hook that up, and let's have our other tractor start planting our cotton while we're out, screwing around, picking up our new toys. And we'll also take a look and see what's on sale land-wise and see who has decided to plant some cotton. I think we're going to hold true with one thing. If it's not on sale, or, my bad, I'm getting all confused. If it's not near us, I don't think I'm going to purchase it. I'm still dedicated to the idea of only getting things that are nearby us. So I think we will hold true with that for the simple reason that I don't want to tote things around that far. Let's just slide these over. Not being picked up, They're too heavy. I'm just pushing them. And then let's hook up our planter and get it all good to go. All right, it's going to do the fertilizer first and then the seeds right after. Went through a whole pallet. Very nice. That's what you like to see. And it's closed up for us. And let's get this going. How do we want to do it? I think it best if it works going this way rather than that way. Just because I believe it'll be going in a straighter line. And it'll be less that we have to try and touch up later. Because that's really what this comes down to is we're going to end up having to do touch up on whatever the bot doesn't do. So, as long as... Oh, it's still set to corn. That's good. That would have been awkward, wouldn't it? All right. Let's go get our brand new tractor and take a look at the land and see what all is going on. Um, I think on the plus side, if we can pull a decent profit with one more piece of land and bump it up by another 100, 200,000 off of one more piece of land, I think we're going to be able to go into the next year or end the harvest, and immediately we'll go and take money and invest it into even more equipment, like the plows and things like that, just so we can start doing multiple fields at one time. We also might start to be a little more conservative about when we sell on year 3. So we might be in a position where we can hold off on selling our cotton until such a time as it's worth the most. The main trick is making sure we have enough money for that to not be a very big problem. It has crossed my mind that based on how this is going, it might not be the worst play to get some chickens. Because I don't think that would decimate us or even make us enough money that it's cheating. But it would give us a little bit of extra funds to cover things like buying another plow. But thus far, we've been doing well enough that I don't think I will. I think we'll just let it play out with nothing but cotton. But I am a little nervous that our funds have gone down as low as they have. Granted, we got another tractor. That's a worthwhile investment. We're going to lose a little bit more money when we start leasing the harvester. But I think that's going to be worth it too. I'm just concerned with how much land we have and how little bales of cotton we actually get. So we already kind of know what we're going to get. We're going to get about 3.5 bales worth of cotton off of the land we have now. I think our... Did he really think he's finished? Wow, that was short-lived. Bro went 2 centimeters and said, I'm done. How about this time? Dude, what? All right. Let's get out of the way of traffic. I'm sorry, people. I'm sorry. Don't honk at me. Okay. Let's try and get this guy on the right path to success here. Will he be happier doing the small field? Yes, he will. Okay. Interesting. So I might be doing manually the big field. Oh, shnikes. That's awkward. Good thing it's ratchet strapped. Okay. So we have our new tractor. That's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. It's not quite as cool as our John Deere, but for being on sale and doing some sick tricks, I'd say it's worth it. So let's pull this guy off, and he's joining our fleet of vehicles. Very nice. All right, so let's see what we got going on in the wonderful world of fields that are planted. So I see one problem immediately. That's the amount of money we have. Because if my memory serves, this field is cotton, but I don't know that we can be paying to go buy that. So that's somewhat concerning. And I believe this one was cotton. No, 23 was cotton, and we definitely can't afford that one. So the question there becomes, what do we want to do? That's 222. That's 193. Da, 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 da. I had a feeling this predicament might come up. Obviously, the tractor put us back 150K. But in all honesty, I think it was worth it. We are getting to the point where pretty soon we're going to have to take an upgrade, or not upgrade, but repair our first tractor, because we did get it at a pretty used state. So that's worth noting. We're not paying much in property maintenance. Not at all. We could always take on a couple contracts. Assuming, of course, that it's nothing too crazy. What do we got? Mostly plowing jobs. I mean, obviously we could take our tractor and go do that. Our new one. And it could be earning us, what, 20K in the background? I guess the question now is, where's field 33? Where's field 33? That stupid shaped one? Okay. I don't know that I want to drive my plow all the way over there just to spend time trying to make the oddly phallic shaped section of that. Interesting. So I don't think we're going to be able to buy any land. I just don't think it's in the books. And if we did buy land, it wouldn't be a substantial increase. Naturally, we could go ahead and pretty easily buy 2. The problem with 2 is it's sandwiched between 72 and 145. In a perfect world, if we could buy these 2 properties and just straight cut into one, that would work too. But I just don't think it's in the cards this time to buy more land. Naturally, obviously we can, but I worry that it'll take our finances too low. But either way, I think after we sell the cotton, I think we'll be in a good position to just buy a blank piece of land, or see if there's another field we can buy to harvest. So have them do all the growing as well. I don't have to pay any property payments on it, and we just inherit it with already matured cotton. And that might be the best way to go about getting this, or this one. And I'm inclined to say we get this one, because then we have one really good stretch of field. Naturally, there's a major roadway in the middle, so we can't conjoin them. But say we get these 2, we very well might. So I think that'll be our play. So what's going to happen now is we'll go ahead and do our planting. And that'll be all we do for this episode. That's not what I wanted. We're going to be in for a long one, because I have a feeling, irregardless of having those modded harvesters, I think we're still going to wind up in the position where it takes me quite a while. And I'm hesitant to do any contracts. Because I feel like that on some level, I also feel like that goes against the point of what I'm doing. Because that would be essentially making money that doesn't involve cotton. Now, if there's a contract that comes up during harvest season that has to do with cotton, do we count that as making money from cotton? And I guess that would be the real question. And I'm not entirely certain if it would. But either way, it didn't quite work out today like I wanted. But them's the breaks. Now, normally I would cut back after all this is planted. But to be perfectly honest with you, I don't think there's a point. So I'm going to end this one off here, and I'll see you guys when it's harvest season, unless something dramatic happens in between, but I doubt it. But yeah, I'm just going to go spend probably another 2 hours off camera uh, doing the other field manually and making sure everything is planted as fully as it can be. So I will catch you guys in the next episode. Moving forward, we'll be able to manually do stuff while an AI worker is going now that we have acquired our second tractor. So we should be in a pretty good position moving forward, and you guys can kind of hang out with some of the progress. But I will catch you guys later. I hope you enjoyed. Leave a like, subscribe, and next time we get to harvesting and hopefully buying an extra field. So I will see you guys then. Bye.